I love Christmas. All while I was growing up, my parents, Connie and Jerry Carlson, always made it magical for me. I learned so much from them, from my grandparents, my pastors, my Sunday school teachers. And I remember learning about Jesus and the birth of Jesus and so many wonderful things about giving to others. And now that I'm a parent and have my own children, I'm enjoying passing on those traditions. Every once in a while, though, a child teaches us as adults lessons as well. This is one of my favorite readings, and this is my first time to do it with my own daughter. And so we hope that you enjoy how a mother learns a lesson from her daughter in Under the Spreading Grapefruit Tree by H.T. Barker. Shannon passed me carrying a lard can. I peeked inside as she went by and saw that the can was full of earth and contained a fat worm. Why the worm?
To look after my seed.
What seed?
My grapefruit seed, of course.
She went over to the sink and turned on the water, putting water in the can.
How much should I put in, Mommy?
Oh, just a little.
Okay.
Then she went over to the garbage can and poured off the excess water. Then she took the can, earth, worm, and seed to the basement and carefully placed them all on my husband's workbench at the end near the furnace. I sighed. Christmas was in only 4 days. By next week, the little seed and worm would be forgotten, and I would have to give both of them a solemn funeral. Shannon would have a new interest. At bedtime, I found her in the basement gazing into the lard can. What's up?
Waiting for my seed to grow.
Oh, honey, you can't see it grow. These things take a long time.
But they showed us this movie in school, and you could see the plants growing.
That was a special movie. It's called Time Lapse. How do you explain time-lapse photography to a 7-year-old? It just makes things look like they're growing faster than they are, honey. What's your worm's name?
Hetty.
Well, say goodnight to Hetty and come to bed. Later, as I listened to Shannon's prayers, she was very forgiving, as befitted the time of year. When she came to the part about God bless us, she remembered Margaret, the little girl next door. Margaret had been on the enemy list for 2 days. She ended with,
And God, please bless Hattie as she takes care of my seed. And God, please, please, please let my seed grow by Christmas. Amen.
But Shannon, honey, I told you, Christmas is in only 4 days. Nothing grows that fast, honey.
But my Sunday school teacher says if you have enough faith, anything can happen.
The next day, when I got home from work, I found Shannon in the basement again, gazing at the lard can. Any luck?
I guess God didn't hear me. I'll pray harder tonight.
Okay, honey. Let me explain something to you. Will you try very hard to understand?
Yes, Mommy.
All right. Now, God has made up some rules so that animals and plants and people and stars and things can run pretty much on their own without bumping into each other. God has made up some rules. One of those rules is that the sun should come up every morning. It's automatic. Another rule is that plants grow slowly. So slowly that they don't grow fast. So slowly that your tree cannot grow my Christmas. Now, do you understand?
Yes, Mommy.
Now, you don't expect God to change the rules for you, do you? Just for one bitty girl?
But my Sunday school teacher says if you pray real hard and real loud, God can do anything. Don't you believe that, Mommy?
Shannon, we don't usually bother God with such small matters.
I don't think it's too small anyway. I'll pray real hard and real loud, and God will hear me.
On Christmas morning, I heard Shannon bypass the living room where the Christmas tree was located, and she went straight to the basement. In a few minutes, she was up putting on her coat. Oh, where are you going?
Over to Margaret's. I want to show her my grapefruit tree.
She held the lard can so that I could see the little tree growing in the can.
See, Mommy? God heard me because I prayed very, very hard.
She gave me a kiss on the cheek and went over to Margaret's. Perhaps I was wrong in buying Shannon the sapling, but she was only 7, and her faith was so sure, and it wasn't worth it to lose it over a silly seed in a tree. In a few moments, she was back. And who was to say that after 11 visits to neighborhood supermarkets and grocery stores, finding a sapling on Christmas Eve at closing time wasn't a miracle and an answer in prayer? In a few moments, she was back with her lard can. Where's your tree?
I traded it. Margaret gave me Horace for the tree.
Horace? I sat up thoroughly awake. Ugh. She held open a matchbox and I peeked inside. Horace was a bug.
There's a secret to it. Margaret told me.
What's that?
Horace is going to have puppies, or bug puppies.
She took the box and put it on my dresser. I could hear the scrabbling sounds. Oh. Shannon turned to me, her round eyes shining.
See, Mommy, Miss Gills was right. If you pray hard enough and loud enough, I want the bug puppies to be born on... Now let's see. I know, New Year's Day. And I'm going to pray real hard and real loud, and God will hear me this time.